What's up, everybody? Dimebot here, and welcome back to Flight Sim and the Favorite Places to Fly 2023 World Tour. As you can see on the screen, we have an awful lot of traffic today. That's because we are taking off from Chicago O'Hare. And I was going to take the Concorde. I'm kind of thinking I might change my mind on that one. I do want to take a airliner. Let's take a good old A320neo. We'll go ahead and dress it up as a Pacifica plane, and we'll get rolling here. Now, just note that sometimes when you are trying to take off from one of these larger airports, it can be a little bit of a pain to click on something to scroll away, and so that you're not clicking on other players and departing in midair from another plane. Never a fun time. As we get loaded in here. So, as many of you will know, Chicago is right on the shores of Lake Michigan. It was incorporated as a city in 1837, actually near a portage, which is a way that you transit between two bodies of water between the Great Lakes and the Mississippi River watershed. Happens to be the most populated city in the Midwest and is the center of the Chicago metropolitan region, which is one of the largest in the world. I'm going to get rolling here now. I am not going to mess with the weather too much. Let's go ahead and spool our engines up. Take the brakes off and we will get rolling. I don't do a lot of airliners, but if you guys do, obviously this is a big time airport. And if you don't fly a lot of airliners, hey, it could be fun to mess around with them. Got traffic approaching. We want to go ahead and get this thing off the ground. Takes a little bit longer to get one of these puppies off the ground, but there we go. We can safely rotate. And we'll just begin our climb out. Chicago O'Hare is a large airport. Now I'm going to go ahead and head for the city itself. You can see it over there. Currently is clouded over. I may do something to change that here in a minute. But this is a finance, culture, commerce, industry hub, also education, tech, telecommunications, and transportation. A lot of you will be familiar with the Chrysler building and things like that are famous buildings. So we also have the Millennium Park, Navy Pier, Magnificent Mile is something very interesting through downtown. You have the Museum of Science and Industry. You have Lincoln Park Zoo. And also Barack Obama's Presidential Library is being built here for those that follow American politics. See if we can see the stadium as we coming over. Of course, known for being home of the Cubs and the Bears. The Field Museum as well. Go ahead and spool our engines back. And we are obviously on the edge of the Great Lakes. That is what you see stretching away. No, that is not actually an ocean. It is just the Great Lakes. They are that big. Let's get a better look at the city. You can see how densely populated it is. This was one that I've been wanting to do for a while, just because Chicago is such an interesting place. The way it is clustered right up on the waterline. Now, there is a lot of Native American history here, too. Too much for me to get into in one video. I could do an entire video on it. It deserves to be read, though, so I may just do that. And there we see downtown. And it looks like it has received a touch-up. Now, of interesting note, if you are flying in a small craft and you want to practice your takeoffs and landings or short hops, there are plenty of other airports around here. So lots of places for you to go and check out. Well, as far as cities in the Sin go, this Chicago's looking pretty good. Probably got a touch-up during some of the world updates. And if you really want to take some flights, like I said, you are in the Great Lakes. You can fly all the way up and across into Canada if you really want, or take a tour of the Great Lakes. Spectacular skyline, or stretching away from us. So, yeah, very interesting place to visit. But that'll do it for today, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, found it helpful, hey, like, subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And if you're here to the end, well, watch time is key on YouTube. So thank you very much. My name is Dimebot, and I will see you guys next time.